Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button down below. Also give this video a massive thumbs up, that we will encourage to continue bringing you authentic and reliable news all day long. And also YouTube will be able to recommend this video to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below. Igbo women have told the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, to go after the killer herdsmen displacing communities in Southeast if he is genuinely committed to the restoration of peace to the zone, declaring that the rampaging herders are not members of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, are the problem of Southeast. The women who spoke under the aegis of Igbo Women Assembly were responding to a recent caution by the CDS to the people of the Southeast against promoting activities of Ipob and its armed wing, the Eastern Security Network, ESN, particularly through social media. The CDS, who spoke during a community engagement in Omo, Anambra State, said that the spread of unverified information not only endangers the region, but also poses a threat to national unity and peace. The CDS, whose group captain Ibrahim Buka represented, said that IPOB's actions are detrimental not just to the Southeast, but to Nigeria as a whole, and should not be supported in any form. But IWA, in a swift response, argued that contrary to claims by the federal government, IPOB is not a terrorist group, but a peaceful movement protesting the marginalization and continued exclusion of the Southeast from the scheme of things in Nigeria. IWA, in a strong-worded statement by its national president, Lolo Neka Chimeze, challenged the CDS to advise the federal government to listen to the agitations of IPOB and engage the group in a dialogue with a view to addressing its genuine concerns instead of resorting to propaganda to blackmail its members. The statement reads, and I quote, "We want to remind General Musa that IPOB members are not terrorists, but are children who are protesting the ill treatment and marginalization of the Southeast from the scheme of things in Nigeria. Since the Civil War, the Southeast has been grossly marginalized by the Nigerian state. From 1966, after the assassination of General Agoy Iwurosi till date, no Igbo man has been president of Nigeria. Indeed, Igbo has grossly been marginalized in political appointments by successive administrations in the country. They have been denied their rightful promotion, especially those in the security agencies, and that's part of the reasons Igbo youth are losing interest in military recruitment. They have refused to join the army and even the police because they hardly get promoted, unlike their colleagues from other tribes. In other federal establishments, the story is the same. The quota of the Southeast is already shortchanged. So these are the things these children are protesting. When they graduate from school, like their fellow youth from other tribes, they don't get equal opportunity for employment. That's what they are protesting, because they believe that they are not included in Nigerian structure. They feel unjustly excluded. They want inclusion and full integration into the Nigerian system. We can no longer foolishly shy away from the plight of our children. The women query the rationale behind the constant release of captured terrorists who claim to have repented, while peaceful agitators like IPOB members are held in perpetual detention. Why are the federal government killing IPOB members but granting amnesty to bandits and mass murderers who have not stopped killing innocent citizens, including security agents? Why is the government killing our youth on peaceful protest but allowing armed herdsmen on a killing spree to keep roaming our communities with guns? Fulani Herdsmen do not need AK-47s in the Southeast because there has never been any incident of cattle rustling in the region. For them to carry AK-47s to shoot people shows they have an evil agenda, because they don't shoot and run, but shoot and stay. What IPOB is demanding is legitimate. It's their right. Our findings indicated that IPOB is not the cause of the mayhem in the Southeast. Those causing mayhem in the zone are criminal elements and killer herdsmen. If a CDS truly loves the restoration of peace in the Southeast, let him advise the federal government to listen to the IPOB, engage the youth in sincere dialogue, and address their grievances. We are tired of all these endless blame games. General Musa should understand that the problem of the Southeast is not IPOB, Our problem is a rampaging Fulani Herdsmen busy displacing communities across the zone. If General Musa wants to maintain peace and order in the southeast, he should move his men to the bush to combat the killer herdsmen, killing our farmers and raping our women and girls. Igbo women, who insisted that Ipob is a peaceful movement, accused the federal government of mismanaging the group's agitations. Ipob made it known that it is a peaceful organization right from the beginning. However, security agencies continue to kill the members, even during peaceful protests. They have been fighting for freedom without firing a bullet, and from our investigation, they have maintained that peaceful disposition. We see their protests on social media, and we have never seen them with arms. They have remained a peaceful organization. Rather than engage them in a productive dialogue, the federal government chose to clamp down on them, even when they are bearing no harms. When they are arrested, they are shot and killed, and some dumped in prison to rot. They are denied the opportunity of fair trial in a court of competent jurisdiction. IWA traced the genesis of a tension in the southeast to the military's deployment to the zone during a special military operation codenamed Python Dance. May we remind General Musa that prior to the drafting and deployment of a military to the southeast by President Muhammadu Buhari, we had absolute peace in Igbo land. Southeast was the most peaceful region in Nigeria before then. Although there were criminals everywhere, the level of criminality in the southeast was lower compared to other zones until the federal government decided to militarize the southeast, beginning with the infamous Operation Python Dance. When the federal government abducted Ipob leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, the problem became worse. Ipob members in protest declared Monday sit-at-home protest, but relaxed after appeals from the elders. However, some criminal elements cashed in on that to unleash mayhem on the people, apparently to demonize Ipob. During President Donald Trump's inauguration, a lot of them were shot and killed in Port Harcourt for celebrating Trump. Many were also killed in Onitsha and Aba for merely praying and carrying out peaceful protests. IWA has severally monitored the sit-at-home and found that it was peaceful, but because some wicked political leaders, in their desperate bid to crush Ipob, connived with the federal government to deploy the military in our communities. Before the deployment of the military, there were no killings in the southeast, as witnessed after the deployment. The Chief of Defense Staff should know that Ipob is not the problem of the southeast. Rather, the deployment of the military gave birth to the security challenges that engulfed the zone. The military should ask itself some probing questions. When a former militant leader came to boast that he was engaged to secure Southeast, has anyone asked him who engaged him and the terms of his agreement? Has there been any investigation of the real identities of those behind insecurity in the Southeast? General Musa should also investigate if it were Ipob that turned security roadblocks in the Southeast into ATM machines and extortion points. Who are those humiliating and harassing passengers at the security checkpoints across Southeast? Immediately, Ipob noticed that the sit-at-home had been hijacked by criminals whose mission was to provide an excuse for military siege on the Southeast. It's called off a protest, but government has refused to withdraw the military. This confirms the fear that the federal government has been looking for an opportunity to take over the Southeast. Igbo women decry the continued migration of youths from the Southeast who are fleeing intimidation and humiliation by security operatives, especially at roadblocks. IWA also condemned reprisal attacks on innocent communities anytime security agents come under attacks by criminals in Southeast. While the security operatives deployed to the Southeast were busy crushing our youth, criminals are busy spreading insecurity in the Southeast. Our youth have deserted the zone in their droves out of fear and continued intimidation by security agents. Anytime that criminals attack the security agents at checkpoints, the security agents will turn their guns on the nearby village against innocent and unarmed people they claim to have been deployed. They claim they have been deployed to protect. You all, let's have your total opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.